Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. Today, this is part 2 to what if Bardock was wished back to life in Dragon Ball Z. So thanks for all the support on the first video. That one went amazing, guys. I think we have over 4,000 likes. That's insane. And thanks for all the support. But before we get in this video, guys, please leave a like if you do enjoy. 1,500 likes will guarantee another part to this series. Subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications if you want to see part 2 right away, and also feel free to follow me on my Twitter. And also, guys, if you have not seen part 1 yet, there's going to be a card on the top right of the screen right now to go check that out, or I will put a link in the description. Click the link and you'll get directed to part 1. Go ahead and watch that first if you haven't seen this one. If you haven't seen it yet, and then come back and watch this one if you enjoyed. So anyways, guys, I'm going to give you a brief summarization of part 1 just to refresh your mind a bit. So just 3 years after the Cell games, Gohan uses the Dragon Balls to wish Bardock back to life. He wanted to have a father figure with the family since Goku wasn't around. Bardock does return and he helps out the family. He trains Gohan and Goten, his 2 grandsons, and he helps Chi-Chi out a lot. Goku then meets Bardock and that goes pretty well. The World Tournament starts and Spopovich beats the shit out of Videl, leading to the events of them leaving to go try and stop Babidi alongside Supreme Kai and Kibito. Instead of just Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, Bardock joins along as well to go take them out. And Gohan is now the strongest of all the fighters as he spent a lot of the years training instead of just only studying. Vegeta didn't get the best of luck though, as he got picked last in order to fight in Babidi's lair, so he actually won't be fighting anybody. The order is Goku versus Pui Pui, Gohan versus Yakon, and Bardock versus Dabura. Goku easily defeats Pui Pui in one hit. Gohan is able to actually outsmart Yakon in the battle, and Bardock, as a Super Saiyan 2, is able to defeat Mighty Dabura. The Bardock-Dabura fight is a really good fight. It goes on for a while, and as a Super Saiyan, Bardock only has a slight upper hand in the fight, and it's basically pretty even. It's kind of like a blow-for-blow fight, but Bardock does have the slight upper hand. This fight goes on for a while, which actually gives a lot of power to Majin Buu in order for him to be resurrected. Then Bardock transforms into a Super Saiyan 2. This is where the fight really starts for him. After transforming, Bardock just completely takes over the fight, and he defeats Dabura. Dabura tries to spit on them as his last-ditch effort to try and turn them into stone, but Bardock is able to dodge it, and then he just finishes off Dabura with a Kamehameha that he learned from his training with Gohan. After defeating Dabura, Bardock then trembles to the ground. He starts grabbing his head, and he's screaming. Babidi is trying to take control of Bardock and turn him into Majin Bardock. The voices, get them out of my head, says Bardock. Supreme Kai sees Babidi trying to control Bardock, and he rushes to stop the wizard. Before Supreme Kai gets to Babidi, it seems it is already too late. But Bardock is surprisingly able to brush off the wizard's curse. Bardock was a family man now at this point, and him thinking of his family was just enough to ward off Babidi's curse and rendered it useless. Either way, enough power had been raised for Babidi to resurrect Majin Buu, so Majin Buu is resurrected. Same sort of thing happens, but Buu actually kills Babidi earlier. And since Vegeta did not get to fight against Babidi's henchmen at all, he claims he gets to fight Buu first because it is his turn. Even as a Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta is not able to defeat Majin Buu, just like in the main timeline. But he still puts up a decent fight, because Majin Buu just plays around a little bit. And since Vegeta is not the only fighter left, like in the main timeline, he doesn't end up sacrificing himself to defeat Majin Buu, because there's other fighters around him. He's not the last hope. This time instead, Gohan is going to take on Majin Buu after Vegeta fails. Remember what I said in the last video. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, at this point, is much stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the main timeline, but only about half as strong as Ultimate Gohan. Either way, he'd be more than enough to be able to defeat Buu. Gohan, even just as a Super Saiyan, is actually outmatching Majin Buu in the fight. Buu is just getting beaten, plain and simple. Although Buu keeps regenerating, it just doesn't matter because his hits are not affecting Gohan very much. Gohan's just too powerful for Buu. It shows how strong Gohan can be when he actually trains. And Buu being weaker than somebody else is something that he has just yet to experience and it pisses him off. Boo doesn't know what to do, and he gets really angry that he can't defeat Gohan. This leads to Boo getting extremely pissed off, and the steam starts to come out of Boo's head. The steam fills up the area, and when the steam clears, we see two figures. It is Evil Boo and Fat Boo. The Z Fighters are really confused, but they are still in a bit of a panic. There are now two Boos, which changes the dynamic of everything. Fat Boo and Evil Boo, they begin to fight each other. Fat Boo is drastically outclassed by Evil Boo. Maybe they'll just kill each other off, Bardock yells out. No, says Goku. The fat pink one is way too weak, and the skinny gray one is just much stronger. The fat one has no chance. Evil Boo eventually turns Fat Boo into candy and eats him. Evil Boo then transforms into Super Boo, one of the strongest Boos. Super Boo is very strong. Gohan powered back up to Super Saiyan and rushed to go fight this new Boo. Gohan was surprised with his power increased. Now as a Super Saiyan, Gohan is actually vastly outmatched by Super Boo. So Gohan then transforms into a Super Saiyan 2, now the fight is a bit more even. But Super Boo still has the upper hand. Gohan tries his best in the fight, and he's trying to fight strategically, but since Super Boo can regenerate, Gohan just can't pull it out. He can't win this fight, even with his powerful form. Super Boo tells Gohan that he knows Gohan is the most powerful warrior on Earth, and since he was stronger than Gohan, after defeating him, he would kill every one of his friends and family, and then destroy the Earth. This makes Gohan really mad. This enrages him. Gohan gets a massive power boost from his rage, and with his rage stacked on top of his Super Saiyan 2 form, Gohan has even surpassed Super Boo in power. Gohan begins beating the crap out of Super Boo, and Super Boo is now on the defensive, and Gohan is just beating him up blow for blow. Super Boo is confused on how this happened, but he does have a plan. Super Boo had one of his little pieces of him laying around the battlefield, waiting just in case he needed it. Super Boo then brings his extra piece of himself closer and closer to him and Gohan. Gohan is beating the shit out of Boo, but eventually this will all change. Super Boo springs his trap, and Boo wraps Gohan in his pink self, and he absorbs Gohan. Well, now we have a different version of Buuhan, one without Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo, and not with Ultimate Gohan, so this Buuhan is weaker but still very powerful, much more powerful than the three fighters that are left. Buuhan wasn't even thinking about fighting them, as he had other pieces of himself moved up behind them as well. He springs his final trap, and the three fighters are surrounded in pink mess. But Goku has a bit of a plan. He uses instant transmission to escape, is also able to use it again, and saves Bardock, but Goku just didn't have enough time to save Vegeta, and Vegeta is absorbed as well. Goku and Bardock are helpless. Goku can go Super Saiyan 3, but he still wasn't as strong as Gohan as a Super Saiyan 2, and Bardock was even weaker than Vegeta, so they are helpless. Goku tells Bardock, though, that there is a fusion dance he learned in the afterlife, but he's going to have to somehow teach Bardock the dance despite having Buuhan on their tail. This is when Supreme Kai intervenes. He tells Goku that there's another way for both of them to fuse, but there's no need to do any dance for it. The only issue with the fusion, though, is that it is permanent. Obviously, we know that this has been retconned now, but at the time, none of these characters knew that, so we go with this for now that they don't know that. Goku doesn't even really question the fusion, although he knows that it is permanent. Saving the world, or likely even the universe, would be much more than worth it. Goku and Bardock, father and son, put on the earrings. Their bodies begin to move towards each other, and in the aftermath, just one figure is now there. It is Boruto, father of Goku and Bardock. Now I would say that Boruto is similar in power to Vegito, but not as strong, because that fusion was near perfect, since they are rivals in both power and in spirit. Boruto immediately transforms into a Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Boruto is able to easily outmatch Buuhan. Buuhan tries with all of his might, but Boruto is way too strong for him. And Boruto is way more serious than Vegeta was. He wants to get things done, and he just can't figure out a way to defeat Buu without killing Gohan and Vegeta. He then comes up with the thought that they can use the Dragon Balls, either from Namek or Earth, just to wish Gohan and Vegeta back to life. This means that Boruto can go all out and just defeat Buuhan. He ponders the decision. Could he really kill his own son or grandson? Well, he thought technically Buu killed Gohan by absorbing him with his body, so Boruto transforms into Super Saiyan 2 and goes full power. He then beats Buuhan around, and the depleted Buuhan is just standing on the ground, not knowing what to do. He needs to somehow absorb Boruto if he wants to survive and continue with his destruction of the universe. Boruto then cups his hand together, prepares a battle-ending Kamehameha. Meanwhile, Buuhan pulls together one of the shards of himself, and he brings it closer to Boruto. Right when Buuhan springs his trap to absorb him, Boruto uses instant transmission and is now behind Buuhan. Buuhan is shocked, and Boruto quickly powers up to a Super Saiyan 3 and releases the Kamehameha right into Buuhan. This completely incinerates Buuhan, and Majin Buu has officially been defeated. Boruto reverts to his base form and feels immense guilt. Yes, he defeated Majin Buu, but he had to kill 2 innocent people in the process, a family member and a friend. Boruto at least revels in the fact that they can use the Dragon Balls soon. He then heads to Kami Tower when their entire gang of Z Fighters and family were moved there, with the whole powerful Majin Buu going around and killing everybody. They needed somewhere to be safe and away from everybody else. When Boruto arrives, everybody is confused. He explains what happens and nobody really knows what to think about this. It really isn't much of a big deal to Gohan and Goten, but it's really weird for Chi-Chi. Supreme Kai and Kibito arrive, and they congratulate him on their defeat of Majin Buu. He says they will keep in contact. As Boruto and everybody else is saying farewell, the fusion time for the Vitora rings have timed out. They are shocked, and so are the Supreme Kai, but they just go with it. They don't really know. They take the earrings back, and they head off. So that's the end of part 2, guys. Hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, because 1,500 likes will guarantee another part to this video, or the series. And comment down below, tell me what you think, give me suggestions for the next part, and subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications so you can see the next part right away. And also, guys, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I'm really trying to get a lot more followers. And so, to end my video, shoutouts to my 2 Patreon supporters, Duraj Payton, and the awesome guy who only supports Broku on Patreon. Thanks so much, guys. You guys mean the world to me. If you guys want to get a shout out at the end of all my videos, then go to become a Super Saiyan on my Patreon. That's where you will be getting that reward. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace out.